If you have a WAF, an NGFW, an IDS, an IPS, an EDR, and an XDR, which one actually stops a ransomware attack? Security vendors often market every single one of these products as the ultimate bulletproof solution for stopping breaches. This matrix maps those claims against technical reality. Purchasing tools based on marketing leads to a bloated stack with overlapping capabilities, leaving critical gaps. This fragmentation creates a high financial burden and a false sense of security, as attacks still find paths through disconnected layers. Modern enterprise networks are porous. Instead of searching for a single magic shield that catches everything, you have to start evaluating these tools as interconnected blast doors. Surviving a cyber attack doesn't come down to which specific brand you bought. It depends on precisely when and where your tools are positioned in an attacker's path. The cyber kill chain maps the life cycle of a modern attack, moving from early reconnaissance and initial access through lateral movement and finally to data exfiltration. The next-generation firewall, or NGFW, sits at the very edge of your network perimeter. It provides deep visibility into your traffic, decrypts SSL connections, and blocks malicious requests before they can enter your internal macro network. But the NGFW has a fatal blind spot. It cannot see what happens when an employee takes their laptop to a coffee shop and gets compromised off-network. It also struggles to interpret specific logic flaws hidden in your web applications. That is where the web application firewall comes in. Think of the WAF as the dedicated front door guard specifically for your customer portals and SaaS applications. The WAF explicitly targets Layer 7 traffic to catch application-level attacks, like SQL injection and cross-site scripting, that would otherwise fly right past a standard firewall. Together, the WAF and NGFW build a formidable outer wall. But if an employee opens a malicious phishing email that sneaks past that perimeter, those tools offer zero protection against what happens next. Once an attacker successfully bypasses the outer perimeter, they immediately begin moving laterally through your internal systems, searching for vulnerable targets. Here we find the Intrusion Detection System, or IDS. It acts as a deep monitoring tripwire for suspicious internal traffic. The trade-off is that an IDS is strictly passive. It generates alerts for your human analysts, but takes zero action to stop the threat. It will essentially watch your network burn while sending you warning emails. To solve that, you can deploy an intrusion prevention system. The IPS is the active upgrade that automatically slams the door on known malicious signatures. While the IPS actively stops threats, that automated blocking comes with operational risk. If the system triggers a false positive, its aggressive blocking could mistakenly shut down your legitimate, critical business operations. Eventually, the attack reaches its final target, the specific employee laptop or server where the ransomware payload actually attempts to execute. This is the domain of Endpoint Detection and Response, or EDR. EDR tracks deep behavioral changes and registry edits to stop malware on the local device. But EDR demands high CPU resources on the host machine, and it is completely blind to the broader network context of the attack. This creates an operational nightmare. Your Security Operations Center is suddenly drowning in separate, disconnected alerts from the WAF, from the NGFW, from the IPS, and the EDR simultaneously. Extended Detection and Response, or XDR, is the platform designed to ingest and correlate telemetry from all those disconnected tools. XDR relies on AI-driven investigations to stitch these isolated alerts into a single, coherent attack narrative in real time. The trade-off here is steep. Running an XDR effectively requires massive organizational maturity, a dedicated 24/7 SOC team, and a premium security budget. XDR is an amplifier. If you haven't properly configured your foundational tools, like your NGFW and EDR, buying an XDR will only create a more expensive, much noisier mess. You don't need all 6 tools on day one. The correct architecture depends on your business size. For a startup, you strictly need an NGFW and an EDR to secure your most vulnerable entry points, the network edge and employee devices. This lean stack is cost-effective and manageable. It gives a small IT team the visibility they need without completely overwhelming them. A mid-market business adds a WAF to that baseline, protecting e-commerce or SaaS portals from application layer exploits. An enterprise requires the full suite, WAF, NGFW, IPS, and EDR, bound together by an XDR. This architecture provides the depth of telemetry necessary for a 24/7 SOC to identify and isolate multi-stage attacks. Advanced tools like XDR won't help if you lack basic locks on your doors, like EDR. Success starts with evaluating your risk profile and patching the largest hole in your kill chain first. Look at your own network architecture. Which of these 6 layers is your organization currently weakest in? Let us know in the comments below.